We are live in talkSPORT. I'm being slightly distracted because there's a whole variety of different bits of news coming into us, not least on the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Now, we have spoken to Alex Krassyuk. We'll bring some of that to air shortly, but Simon, the man at the top of Saudi boxing, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, has tweeted in the last minutes or so the rematch between undisputed champion Oleksandr Usyk and champion Tyson Fury, now scheduled for the 21st of December 2024 during Riyadh season. The world will watch another historical fight. Our commitment to boxing fans continues. We hope you enjoy it. So that is the news coming out of Saudi Arabia.
It was originally scheduled for October, wasn't it? That was the original date, so they've moved it back 2 months. Okay. Right. Is what it is. Good.
I know producer Luke is talking to Frank Warren at the moment, who, of course, is locked into the event, the upcoming event between 5 of Frank's fighters and 5 of Eddie Hearn's fighters. I think Frank is trying to tell Luke whether or not that is right on the money as it stands. But if anybody knows, it's His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh should know, you would think, Simon.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they've triggered the rematch clause, which was obviously the loser's right to do, I think is great, because I want to see Fury back up the claims that he's a generational great by overcoming the adversities that generational greats have to do. Lennox Lewis did it, Mike Tyson did it, Muhammad Ali did it. So there's no reason why Tyson Fury can't step back into the ring and try to reclaim the ground that he's lost. He'll never get the undisputed position again, because the belts will have been scattered by that time. Yeah. But notwithstanding that, he will still beat the man that beat the man, right? Which was him in this instance.
Yes.
So I think that's great. And what's happening, irrespective of whether I agree or disagree with certain aspects of what's happening in Saudi, they are making some very significant inroads into changing the direction of boxing. There's a lot of good things going on there. There's got some real interesting stuff. This idea that he's got about the 5v5 for Queensberry versus Matchroom, and then this idea that he wants to have US fighters fight against British fighters in this is very clever stuff, Jim. This is building allegiances and relationships and different formats.
It doesn't actually seem that complicated.
But it's quite clever.
Let's try and
really clever.
This is the news that's coming out of Saudi Arabia this morning, certainly on the rematch between Usyk and Fury, now scheduled for the 21st of December. Producer Luke has worked a miracle, because we've got into Oleksandr Usyk's camp, and Alex Krassyuk, Usyk's promoter, joins us live. Alex, good morning to you once again. You and I seem to speak on a daily basis, my friend. The news coming out of Saudi Arabia is that this one is on. The rematch is on, and it's on for the 21st of December. From your point of view, from the Usyk camp point of view, can you confirm that?
Yeah, this is the date we were looking at, and this is the date that we confirmed with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and we all gave our consent on it, so it's going to happen on December 21st.
There we go. So it happens on December the 21st, which of course is a Saturday.
It is scheduled. Let me tell you, it is scheduled to happen on December 21st. But dealing with our opponents, you never know how it works. But we are focused on this date.
Can I just ask you, Alex? I mean, the original date, from what we understood, was October. Just out of curiosity, why has it changed from the October situation to December?
Well, that was a working date.
Right.
That was a working date, which we regarded as one of the possible days to put the event. But in our initial agreement, we had the time limit till the end of the year, so it corresponds our initial agreement.
You made an observation that you've made before about potentially the unreliability or potential changes of minds of Fury, and you can't legislate for that. There were lots of questions about Oleksandr and whether he would continue. It was a challenging fight, and there were talks of retirement. Clearly, that's not in your agenda now, is it?
We never had any talks about Usyk's retirement. So there was maybe rumors, maybe someone else was giving his thoughts, but we never discussed this, and this issue is not actual for us.
More than just a rumour, Alex, it is suggested that Oleksandr ended up with a broken orbital, a broken bone in his eye after the fight. Is that true?
No, this is not true. As I spoke on it was the after fight press conference. I gave some explanation that he had an old injury, his implant tooth on the upper jaw, and it was injured, and it went injured again. So he took all the medical prescriptions, and now he's recovering from that stuff.
So as far as you're concerned, I mean, were you caught on the hop a little bit? Are you surprised that this announcement came out from the Middle East in terms of Turki Al-Sheikh making an announcement? Did that catch you by surprise?
Well, the thing I like about dealing with Turki Al-Sheikh, with His Excellency, is that we never delay. Whatever we decide, we go straight to media and directly to the actions. And that's the best thing that boxing can have nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. Confirmation that something is happening. We're not trying to retire your fighter, Alex, but let's say Oleksandr beats Fury again. That would be him having beaten Joshua twice and Fury twice. Would then be the time for him to hang up his gloves, because he would have nothing else, it would seem, to achieve.
This is always a decision of the fighter. So when he feels that he has nothing to prove, when he feels that he doesn't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, to undergo 3 trainings per day, if he's fed up with that, then it's probably time to hang on his gloves. But unless he's capable of doing things, unless he's capable of making new achievements, why it should be time to stop? If he still has power, if he still has this motivation, incentive to go, I see no reason to stop.
Yeah. What we can tell, I mean, Alex, I'm going to say it anyway, you and I speak regularly. I think the listeners should know that. We were in conversation yesterday afternoon, weren't we? Would you like to tell our huge talkSPORT audience what you told me yesterday about the scale of the reaction to Oleksandr's win over Fury in Ukraine?
Yeah, it's still going. It hasn't finished yet, because this is an absolute achievement for an athlete coming from Ukraine, who has already become the national hero, who has become the banner of the country. And he has so many followers, not like on social media, but people who follow him, who follow his life story. A guy who coming from Crimea, who was born in a normal family, poor family from just poor neighborhood, and the man who trained hard, who worked hard, who put all his effort, who put his life on the line, and he was so concentrated with achieving his goals that he became the European amateur, world amateur, Olympic champion. Then he became the world champion in professionals, became the unified and then undisputed cruiserweight, then unified in heavyweight, and now has become the undisputed heavyweight champion. And this man is the real incentive for the whole nation. And his victory is something that gives our soldiers on the front line, people who suffer from the war, give the new spirit to live. This is very important victory for all of us.
And that carries a lot of pressure with it, doesn't it? Finally, Alex, thanks for confirming this about the 21st of December for the rematch. Have you any reason to believe that the outcome this time will be any different to what we saw some days ago in Riyadh?
The fighter is getting ready for the fight. The fight itself is only 45 minutes. And whoever is better prepared for that small period passage of time is the winner. We still have 7 months to go, so anything may happen. But from the point of view of a boxing man I would say there shouldn't be anything else than we saw last time in Riyadh.
Can I ask you two questions, Alex, before you go? You made an observation, a barbed observation about Fury. Do you expect him? I mean, he's said to everybody via Frank Warren that he is enacting the rematch clause. The reasons why there is a rematch is because he's the one calling for it, because he's the loser. Do you have genuine, besides making a point with the opposition, concerns that he might not want this fight?
Unfortunately, I didn't have an opportunity to speak to Tyson directly, and we heard the announcements made by Frank Warren only. That's why it's complicated for me to answer your question. I can only assume that having lost his first fight in the career, a fighter might normally want to get the chance for the rematch. But considering Tyson Fury is not the biggest rematcher in the world of boxing, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, he is, because he fought Wilder 3 times.
Yes, but he fought the third time. He was forced to fight him by the arbitration in the US. And he didn't.
Fair enough.
He didn't take the rematch after he defeated Klitschko. And it's not like it's not his big habit to take the rematches. But these are things that have nothing to what we have at this moment.
Can you see, Alex? Last question for you. In the event that Fury were to take this fight, which I think he will, and in the event that he were to win this fight, which you don't think he would, can you see a trilogy?
Why not? Boxing has this. Boxing had this in the past.
Of course.
And if people want to see this fight for the third time, for the fourth time, it may happen. Boxing is all about fans' desire, and Turki Al-Sheikh is the man who makes boxing fans' dreams come true.
Alex Krassyuk, as always, we're indebted to you. Thanks for speaking to us first, confirming that December the 21st, thanks Alex, December the 21st is the date, 4 days before Christmas Day. That's the date that Fury and Usyk will do it again.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.